Whatever the hard time that you're going through, it will require some coping skills. It could be that you're having financial struggles, maybe there are issues with your health or relationship problems. I want to share with you how to get through tough times. When going through a tough time, it's important that you change your perspective on things. You need to recognize that this is not going to last forever, and you are going to be your own best friend. You are going to be the one that gives yourself some support. If you find that you're slipping into a place where you are depressed and you're feeling extremely low, try to get some external help there. Then some support will be needed. What you could do is contact your doctor or self-refer yourself for medical mental health support. Listen, your mental health is the wealth of wealth. When going through a tough time, you might feel really sad and really down. You may be experiencing a sense of grief and loss. It's okay not to be okay. Allow yourself to process those emotions. You may be sad now, but it's not going to last forever. It will pass. And if you begin to feel that you need space and you need some solitude in order to continue grieving and to continue being sad, then take the opportunity to do that. Take a little time out, have some space, and process your emotions. Journaling can be tremendously supportive in allowing you to get things out of your mind and on paper, and just get them out of your head and into a space where you can process and look at your emotions, your feelings, and plan your movement forward. In going through a tough time, positive projection can be so helpful. What does that mean? Positive projection means focusing on the future positives, recognizing that this too shall pass and things are going to be better in the future. You may want to make some affirmations like, in the future, I will get a yes because I'm trying, or I will survive this illness. Positively projecting and positively thinking forward will help your body to work with you to fight what could be an illness, and psychologically it will help you to be stronger and to be able to stand. Maybe what you want to do is some guided meditation. You may want to take some time out to do that, or you may want to embrace positive words of affirmation. Whichever tool you choose, remember to positively focus forward in a tough time. When things are tough, we sometimes need to let go of the need for control. Yet we want to be in control, we want to be large and in charge, as I call it, but sometimes you have to learn to let it go. You can't control everything. Not everything is in your sphere of influence. Sometimes you've got to release your faith, ask the universe to intervene, pray to your God and let it go. Focus on the things that you can improve and the things that you can do better, because you can't control everything in life. But if you continue working towards a positive outcome in other areas, you will have a better life experience. When we're going through a tough time, finding meaning and purpose in life keeps us energized. We recognize that although this area isn't going particularly well, there are lots of other things that are brilliant and are going great. There are areas where we can continue to grow, develop, improve. Our life isn't just one thing, it's so many different things. It's the opportunity to rest, to have fun, to be with family, to have friends. There are so many other things that we include in our lives so that we can have a balanced life. So do consider that. Remember that being positive, looking forward to the future, finding meaning, finding purpose allows us to be energized, motivated. It keeps us positive in the time of a crisis. You can consider that maybe although you're going through something difficult, it could be a health scare and you've had to make some changes. A positive spin on this is, I'm going through something with my health, but because of the changes I'm making, I'm going to be so much healthier in future. Your tough time might involve a job loss, and your positive affirmation regarding the loss of your job could be, my job loss means that I have more time to spend with my children and to help them to complete their projects and their homework. Always look on the bright side of life. Going through a tough time can mean finding meaning and purpose in life. It energizes us. When we look at what our purpose is here, what we're doing, the things we do that matter and that change and help and improve lives for others, we recognize that we're on the right track. Regardless of the area that we can't control, we know that the other areas and parts of our lives are going well. And this keeps us energized, it keeps us motivated. welcoming change, such as maybe you have a health scare and you have to adjust and change your diet, but then looking at it and saying, you know what, at the end of this, I'm going to be so much healthier than I was before. It could be that you have a job loss, which is huge. However, in amongst completing the 50 applications needed to get one interview, you can recognize and acknowledge that this situation has given you more time to be with your family, to be with those who are close to you, and to do a project that was something you were desiring to do for a long time. You could take that opportunity whilst you're going through a tough time. When times are challenging, it's really helpful to establish healthy routines. Healthy routines can be taking time during the day to do a mindfulness exercise, just to use your senses and experience something that is pleasant. Regardless of all the other challenges and ups and downs, you can take time out and experience something pleasant in life. Maybe a morning workout or a morning run, working on some relaxation techniques, or if you're used to one of your routines, meeting with a friend, having a coffee, continue to do that. Maybe consider journaling each night. That's a wonderful way of releasing all of that negative energy you might be feeling and that concern, and reminding yourself, I'm going to be okay. It's all going to work out. What about getting 15 minutes of fresh air and light during the day? Notice I didn't say sunlight. I live in London. It's not guaranteed. However, light and fresh air are very, very good for you. Protect your relationship. If you're in a relationship, you may be going through a tough time, but you don't have to let your relationship go into a tough time too. Remember to have that date night, okay, and to have that special time together where you're affirming each other and sharing and interacting. These are some things we can do when we're going through a tough time. Let me share some more. If you're ever feeling isolated, then connect with your support system, and that will make you feel far less alone. We are socialized beings. We do like to be amongst other people. Also, a connection with others can boost your mood. It can transform how you feel and really help you to cope. What you could consider doing, if you have a particular area where you're struggling, is joining a support group for people who have a similar struggle to yourself. No man is an island. No man or woman stands alone. I've mentioned journaling a few times in terms of coping with a tough time, but it is a healthy outlet. You could use journaling or any other healthy outlet or healthy way to express your emotions and to give yourself some self-care. Self-care, as we say, is not selfish. Self-care is essential. You need to keep your emotional cup topped up. And the way you do that is by doing activities that are fun and relaxing and help you to recognize that you are taking care of yourself. It's really important. Journal to get your thoughts out of your head and to keep your life organized. Yes, there is an area of life that isn't going well. The whole thing doesn't have to fall apart just because you're going through a tough time. When you are struggling, tap into your coping tools. What helps you to cope? What helps you to feel happier? Do what you know works. You know what works for you. What works for you isn't necessarily going to be what works for me. It's what works for you. Maybe it is going to the gym. It might be dinner with friends. Do what works for you when you know you're going through a tough time. Keeping a gratitude journal is a wonderful way of keeping yourself encouraged and happy, even though certain areas of your life are not going well. It's a wonderful way of moving forward. I'm Jeanette. Thank you so very much for watching this video on how to get through a tough time. If you'd like to see more content of this type, then please subscribe. It'll be wonderful to engage with you in that way, and I've got plenty more to share. Bye for now.